Greetings, brothers and sisters. Hello and welcome back to Eva's House of Spirit. I'm Eva, and today I'm doing a VR to a video that Ember HoneyRaven did a while ago now, but it's something that I just thought I wanted to talk about. Today on Witches of the Moon, I did a video where we were allowed to pick a topic, and my topic kind of goes along with this. I decided to talk about how you can use wax melts in magical working. And the video that Ember HoneyRaven did that I want to VR to, that I'm VRing to now, she did a video called Winter Wax Tarts, where she just kind of like showed and told a little bit about some different wax melt tarts that she had picked up, that she was sort of like recommending or reviewing, or just kind of like telling us like, hey, these are some that I picked up and these are what I think of them. And I got to pick up one of the scents that she suggested, and I want to talk about that. And then I wanted to talk about some other scents that I have that, you know, I really like, that maybe some of you might like. So this is a VR, and being that I was already talking about wax melts on Witches of the Moon, Witches of the Moon today, sorry, I'm going like so fast, I thought, you know, it just makes sense to also address this, you know, this video that I wanted to VR to for a while now. And I will say there are other scents that Ember HoneyRaven was showing and talking about that I would like to try. I just have not had the opportunity yet to pick those up and give them a whirl. So first of all, she showed us this scent by Sensationals. It's Turkish Spice Market. This was one of the wax tart, you know, varieties that she was sharing, one of the scents. And she was like all about it. She was like, oh, it's just yummy smelling. It's great. I have to agree. There's definitely almost like an amber scent to it. And you can sort of smell like the spiciness of it. You almost pick up like a hint of sandalwood. But it is definitely very nice. So I also would say, yeah, I think you'd probably like this one. I did something interesting with this in my wax melt warmer. What I do when I melt wax melts is I will often take little, you know, like those little jar candles you can pick up for like $1 or $2 that are scented. Sometimes I'll have them where they have like a little bit of wax in the bottom, and I'll either clean them out and then put in my wax cubes, or sometimes I'll just melt the little leftover scented wax, you know. And with this, with the Turkish Spice Market, what I did is I had like a little, I think it was Mainstays. It was like a little Mainstays vanilla jar candle, those little dollar ones you can get at Walmart. I had one that had like just a little bit left in the bottom. So I scraped out the wax, you know, and then I took out like the stupid wick, and then I put the wax, the vanilla wax, back into the little jar, and I added some Turkish Spice Market, and I found that with the vanilla, Turkish Spice Market is so nice. It really, the vanilla complemented the Turkish Spice Market. So my suggestion to, you know, those of you out there, think of maybe adding some vanilla in as well. It really contributed to the scent. You know, it added like another little dimension to it that was really nice. So that's what I want to say about Turkish Spice Market. Definitely a scent that, you know, maybe you want to pick up and try if you haven't already. Ember definitely suggested a good one there. One of my absolute favorites that I love, and I recommend so much, is the Better Homes and Gardens Warm Crackling Campfire. This thing smells so good. It's hard to describe the scent, but you do pick up, there is some evergreen in there. It's like a really rich scent. And it definitely makes me think of like winter, you know, the colder months. This is definitely something that's nice to burn when it's like super cold outside. But I mean, it's nice really, I think, to burn at any point, especially if you're someone that likes like a real rich, almost like evergreen scent, but it has like more to it. It's not like a pine scent. There's more there. It's hard to explain, but it really, it smells so good. I just want to smell it again. Oh God, that smells so good. I recommend if you know, any of you are looking for some really nice wax melts, you might want to try the Better Homes and Gardens Warm Crackling Campfire, because I absolutely love it. Even my husband's like, oh, he just loves when I burn these. He's like, they smell so freaking good, you know. And having the evergreen in there too, it kind of adds an almost like clearing vibe to the atmosphere. You know, pine is an opening, clearing, cleansing sort of scent. So it can sort of help to move like any funky vibrations out of a space if you were to, you know, burn this in your wax melter and allow that aroma to kind of permeate the space. So there's that. Sometimes as well, I like to burn the frankincense and myrrh. I find it's like a decent scent, pretty good. Not like, oh my God, the best one I've ever smelled, but it's certainly not the worst. It smells nice, but I use it more like if I'm sort of looking for like blessings and consecration within my space. You know, I want to sort of elevate the vibration of an area. I will, you know, warm some frankincense and myrrh wax melts. I will do that. I do love the Sensational's Apple Bobbin. It smells of fresh, crispy apples. I like to use this, for example, if I'm working with like, you know, spirit communication or divination or anything to do with ancestors or, you know, spirits of the dead. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. It smells so appley, so crispy and appley. This is definitely a scent like for fall, definitely. If you can find the Sensational's Apple Bobbin, I do highly recommend this, especially for like Samhain or just, you know, this fall time of year. Definitely a scent you might want to pick up. You know, I've always associated apples with being like, you know, the food of the dead. And it's just like an excellent scent for, you know, working with like the other side. So I like to use this, you know, maybe when I'm doing divinations or, you know, if I'm doing anything that has to do with, you know, spirit contact or spirit communication or any kind of like anything of that sort, anything with the other side. I like to have that apple scent in my atmosphere. Sometimes I will not just use, you know, the apple wax melts, but sometimes I will also have like some apple incense going or like an apple candle. You know, I'll do like a whole apple thing, you know, maybe use some apple oil. I just find that, you know, apple particularly is very good for that kind of thing, in my own experience. Now, just for the sake of scent, I also recommend, this one's really nice. If you like scents associated with like baked goods and like cakey cookie kind of scents, try the Creamy Spiced Eggnog by Better Homes and Gardens. You open this up, oh God, it smells like baked goods. It smells like the creamy baked like goodness, you know? There's almost like a hint of vanilla in there, but it's like so baked goods. Like that's just so what it smells like. So if you like that sort of like, you know, home baked kind of scent type of stuff, like you like your home to smell good like that, like baking. And you know, let's say you just want that scent, but you don't necessarily want to go and bake something. Put on Creamy Spiced Eggnog. If you can get this, it's really, really a yummy scent. It will make your atmosphere smell so, so good. And then finally, I also want to recommend the Better Homes and Gardens Orange Clove Pomander. This one's really good for uplifting and for motivating and for what else? For uplifting, motivating, also for cleansing. It can be used to sort of clear an atmosphere after an argument. Because, you know, cloves, they're good, especially, like, a lot of people say, oh, burn cloves for anti-gossip and this and that. Well, I find that, like, with the citrus, the scent of the clove, it kind of has this cleansing quality around, like, you know, words that are not necessarily spoken in the most pleasant of circumstances, whether it be gossip, arguing, you know, negative talk. If anything like that has gone on in an atmosphere, in your atmosphere particularly, and you kind of want to like push out the vibrations of like the argument or the negative talk or whatever, you can, you know, melt some orange clove pomander in your space. Or again, if you're feeling kind of down and blue or depressed or like just kind of funky, burn this, because especially the citrus, which is the former note of scent in these, the citrus, it is uplifting. It is like a happier scent. It will help to sort of keep you from sinking too deeply into, you know, your emotional funk. And at least I find. And also, it's being that it's such a like light and, you know, and that citrus scent, being that it's such a light scent and a happy scent, and, you know, it's uplifting. It's also, the citrus has like an energizing kind of quality to it as well. It sort of helps you to feel more alert, awake, energized. It's good for when you're tired, for when you're procrastinating, for when you just kind of need to like get going. It's definitely, this is good for that sort of stuff, for elevating depressed moods, for motivating yourself, for energizing yourself when you're tired, for clearing out a space after like arguments or gossip or funk or negative talk or any kind of like bullshit. This is really good for that kind of stuff. So yeah, I do recommend the orange clove pomander. And so yeah, these are the scents that that I have to show you and wanted to talk about briefly. So the ones that I especially recommend, again, warm crackling campfire, my favorite. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Once again, Ember HoneyRaven hit the nail on the head with the Turkish spice market. Very, very good. I recommend put a little bit of vanilla in with it. Very nice. Once again, creamy spiced eggnog. Smells heavenly in your space. As I said before, orange clove pomander. Very good for lightening up the mood, lightening the atmosphere, lending some energy, clearing the space. Apple bobbin. Awesome for spirit communication, work with the dead, work with ancestors, all that kind of stuff. Work with the other side. Great scent. And the frankincense and myrrh, I thought it was like, no, okay, you know. Again, I like to use it for cleansing, blessing, you know, things like that, you know. Sort of clearing my space, you know, helping to bring the elevated vibe of that, you know, that scent. It sort of, it brings in that kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Consecrated energy, I guess you could say. It brings in that vibration, that higher vibration, and I like to use those for times when I'm kind of seeking that higher vibration, that positivity. So, I hope you've enjoyed this VR, my recommendations and comments and so on, and on these particular wax melts. Maybe in the future, if I find some others that are kind of nice, I'll come on and talk about them, recommend them, whatever. I would like to try the other scents that Ember HoneyRaven was talking about in her video. And by the way, I will have her video linked in the description of this one. And so, you know, with that, for now, this is pretty much my video. So I'm just going to say blessed be and ashe. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, if you want to suggest any particular wax melts that you use, scents, brands, maybe vendors that sell really nice wax melts, feel free to put them below in the description of this video. These I picked up at my local Walmart. They're like $2 a box where I am, so they're actually pretty economical. It's pretty good. Not very expensive at all. So anyway, yeah, feel free to comment, add, you know, anything you want to add, question anything you want to question. And until our next exchange, Until next time, bye-bye for now.